Finish my delicious Trader Joe's chili spice pineapple. By the way, they are the sponsor of this video today. One more bite. They're kind of out for trade, man. He's always just eating. How the hell is he so skinny and fit? It's Trader Joe's food, man. You don't get fat eating Trader Joe's food. 52, I got the metabolism of a 12-year-old. Always been like that. It's going to catch up to me someday. But not today. No, sir. And you let that Alex Becker know I am the tri-state Trader Joe's eating champion. Mhm. All right. Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Alpha Traders. Hope you're having a wonderful holiday out there, wherever you're at in the metaverse, right? Weather's a little crazy here in Carson City in the foothills of the Sierra Nevadas, right? The weather outside is frightful, but Bilbo's so delightful. Woo! That's all I know, that song. Can't remember the rest. Let's see here. So, I've been talking previously in the week about Bitcoin ranging in the 68.3 Laplace distribution range, correct? I talked about yesterday. Hey, we could go down and we could test the first standard deviation to the downside, right? And yesterday, we're a little unsure about it. Said it could happen. I had a little bit of bias of it going that way. Bitcoin does what Bitcoin does. What did it do? It's testing the first standard deviation to the top side right now on the weekly. So, this is just getting a little spicy, right? So, first off, do we close today above the weekly first standard deviation? Right? It's at 51,100. We got about $300 above it and pulled back. And I'll show you on the VRE why we pulled back, and we're kind of chilling until the daily close. See what this new daily price action volatility range is going to be at. But we closed today above this weekly 1SD. Bitcoin's going to make its move up to the top side of this 68.3 Laplace distribution range on the weekly. Right now, it's right around 53.5, right? Now, and like I've been talking about, if we close the daily candle, right? If this weekly closes on a daily candle above that 53.5 area, this thing's going to push to the 2SD, right? The 2SD, the second standard deviation normal distribution, $55,268. Right underneath that sexy blue dot right there is one of those sexy pink dots. It's hid. Why is it hid? Why is it hid? Because it's right on top of the 95.4 Laplace distribution range at 55,273. They're literally $4 apart. Everybody that knows how to read this, and the reason why I have both of them printing on this is because that's a magnet for price action, right? I showed yesterday on the buy and sell pressure chart how there is still a lot of sell pressure, right? Can Bitcoin come out of that? Can the buyers come in? Sure, they can, 100%. And we've got really low volatility on some high time frames. Something's in the mix. Now, are we going to get a typical Bitcoin? We're going to pump up to this 1SD on the weekly and then take a dump from there when the volatility is expanding? Or is it going to stay positively correlated? And is it going to expand? And are we going to get this move up on the weekly to the second standard deviation, right? A little bit, a tick above 55. That is an area of interest because if we can close this week up here, and I'm thinking anywhere even around that 2SD and outside of the 68.3 Laplace distribution range on the weekly, on this projection from the 41K low, we could quite possibly have some fireworks going to the new year. And I'm talking about on a chat. We could have one of those 10 or $15,000 day pumps. There's how Bitcoin is. We could be back over 60K in a split second. This is just how Bitcoin rolls. And right now, Bitcoin is becoming highly correlated with the traditional markets. Okay. And what's going on in the traditional markets right now? Right up there at the all-time highs. Again, SPY's at 470. So what's going to happen tomorrow? I believe traditional markets are open on Christmas Eve. Yeah, they are. It's going to be real interesting to see what happens tomorrow. We'll look at a little bit of SPY here in a little bit. I'll even pull up a correlation chart for them. Remind me if I don't do it, if I get carried away here. Obviously, we're moving into the holiday season, so we don't have a lot of people on watching the live stream right now, but this will be out at YouTube land. So, all you guys out there watching YouTube Jimmy 1, YouTube Jimmy 2, YouTube Jimmy 3, you can find a little relief this holiday season by watching an alpha trading live stream, man. We're going to talk about probabilities. We're going to talk about volatility and statistics. It's the only thing that matters to us, right? In our opinion, and in the opinion of all of the high frequency trading firms around the world, that this is the best way to trade. They have known it for decades. They have been taking advantage of retail traders for decades. That should spur you on. It behooves you to learn this information. 100% behooves you to learn this information. If you don't know what behooves mean because you've been watching too much YouTube Jimmy, Google it. So where are we right now? 50,008. Okay, let's go over to the VRE. It's enough of that chart, right? Whoops. Bingo. So what happened, right? First off, we bounced down here right around 48K off of the 68.3 Laplace distribution range on the daily. What else was hanging out? What's that green line going through this white cross line that is the 68.3 downside of Laplace? That is the first support level for this daily volatility price action range. Okay, so that is the S1. We had a bounce here, another bounce there, almost a retest, but is what it really did on this 4-hour candle is it launched off the top side of the 4-hour 68.3. That's these two skinnier white lines. Went up. Where did it reject from first? The center of this daily price action volatility range. Pulled back to where? This 4-hour candle top side of the 68.3 Laplace distribution range on that 4-hour candle. That's what this chart consists of. The thicker cross lines, they are daily Laplace and normal distribution ranges. The skinnier blue and white lines, they are 4-hour normal distribution and Laplace distribution ranges. And then all the other skinny colored lines, they are all price action volatility ranges. So anyway, so after we bounce off the top side of this 4-hour 68.3, we come up, we're finding a little resistance in the center of this daily volatility range. You're always going to do that. What happens on this next 4-hour candle? It bounces off the downside at the 68.3 Laplace distribution range to the dollar, takes off, goes to the races. This red line right here, first resistance level for Bitcoin's daily price action volatility range. This red line, second, is that there? Let me make sure. Yep, that is the R2. That is the second level of resistance for the daily price action volatility range. Another red line right here, and this smaller green cross line, that is the monthly S1. That is the support level for this monthly volatility range right up here. This is where we started out December, right? Bottom side's 58K, top side 61.2. We're above it right now. That's good for Bitcoin. That is real good for Bitcoin. Okay. So, but what halts price action? right? So if this is the third level of resistance and the monthly S1 that we got above, here's the fourth on the daily. 9 out of 10 times you are not going to exceed this level during an intraday trading. Okay, you're just not going to do it. That's what makes this indicator so powerful, and it has rejected from there. And if I back this up two more, let me see here real quick. Let me get my little projection backed up. A couple candles there. Should be about 31, I would think. 32. When did I set that? Whoops, too much. Okay. Two candles. Yep, we go. So, and on top of that, if you put a Laplace distribution projection, I like starting it right there. But to be honest, we need to do it on one of these bounces off the 68.3. Let me get a quick measurement here. To be precise, now we could start one right here, right? But you want to do it on a pretty important level, and that's going to be on a daily. Is this close enough, or should we go all the way back to the low? Nah, there was too much sideways up and down going on. This is more likely. This is where we want to start to set 42 candles back. So this on 42. See what this looks like. I already know because I've looked at all of them, but yeah, it's all good. Back her up. So what happened? Right? We got outside of the 99.7 Laplace distribution range on this 15-minute chart that I use for intraday trading, okay? Because it's got all these distribution levels, all these price action volatility ranges. When you first look at this chart, you're just going to be confused as hell, right? You're not going to understand what the hell is going on here. Once you study this, you will know though. 100%. You will understand what you're looking at. So not only did we hit the fourth resistance level in the daily price action volatility range, we got outside the 99.7 Laplace. There was a 0.03% chance Bitcoin's data set was going to stay outside of this projection. So now we pulled back inside of it. So I'm waiting to see how this ends up. Are we going to close this day, this last 4 hour candle of the day up here by 51.1? We're just going to mess around here because it's what you got to realize. This daily volatility range right here, we are moving up tremendously. We're talking about, we're probably going to be up here around where this first standard deviation normal distribution was at. Okay. I'm kind of surprised we didn't make a full run up to the 95 for Laplace in the second standard deviation normal distribution and the weekly R2. Weekly R2 was right up by both of these, the 95 for Laplace and the second standard deviation normal distribution. So heavy resistance area right here, right? Only a 4.6% chance that the price action would have got by here anyway. So in considering that that was a higher resistance level on the weekly volatility range, yeah, it's a no-brainer. But like I said, it was a very low probability we were going to get outside of this fourth resistance level on the daily. It's going to move up. Like I said, we're going to be up in this range. I'll tell you what, what would be great, and we might see it, especially if Bitcoin ends up, Bitcoin closes the day up here about another $300 higher or so. You'll probably see the top side of the daily volatility range, maybe even the center. It might surprise us up above this monthly S1. That'll be powerful for Bitcoin. You could see a bounce off of that daily volatility range and just another nice pump. Things are brewing in Bitcoin. And at this point, now that we got up to this level, let me see here. Let's go back over here. Talk out of my ass. I mean, at this point now, since we're up here by this first standard deviation, I'll be kind of surprised if we at least don't go test the top side of the 68.3. And we're talking, it's literally about 3K above. So let's see what happens. But remember, we're at the first standard deviation on the weekly. So that being said, there is a 68.3% chance Bitcoin's data set stays below there. And you can see the nice bounce we got down here. When we opened up this new week, we went down. We tested the daily bottom side of the 68.3 Laplace distribution range. That's the pink dot at the bottom of the wick right there. Okay. That is actually at 46K, right? And we went down and tested that area early in the week. It's very interesting indeed. Let's go back over here one more time to VRE. That's enough on the VRE. Let's get into the real action. Okay, I've got a 45-minute chart up here. We got this nice pump, did the alpha trading indicators. This is variance. Look on the 45-minute chart right here. On these two variance expansions to the top. No, I'm not going to say that. I don't want to confuse people. Variance only goes up, comes back down to the zero line. You'll never see variance go below that. But when variance took off from down here, it was positively correlated. The variance line turned pink, telling you you're having an outlier, which in statistics is telling you you're going to have a fat tail event. All right. You're going to have a second standard deviation move or higher. Did we? Of course we did. We had a nice pump on the 45-minute. So that was the first one. Kind of a percentage gain. Even if we were patient and we didn't get in until let's see, a candle right there. All right, that was about almost a 4% move. The next one that we had earlier today, right? Vroom, same thing. Variance turns pink, positively correlated. That's what the outside blue line means. Literally got about 5%. We can say total on those two moves, about 9% Bitcoin. Okay. When do you think the last time you saw gold move 9% in a literally in probably about a 3-day period? Never. It doesn't happen. Bitcoin's an animal. Bitcoin is an animal. And SPY's been having good days, all right? SPY's been having some real good days. The traditional markets don't even move like this, right? They don't. Today, SPY had a good day, right? It's only up 0.62%. Yesterday it was up like 1.5 or something. Had a nice move, I think $8 or something like that, to get back up to these all-time high levels. So this is why we trade cryptocurrency, and the main reason why we use Laplace distribution, projections, and ranges. Because the Laplace distribution 99.7 level, which on a normal distribution projection, the third standard deviation is 99.7% as well. But the Laplace is a lot wider and will contain this animal that we all call Bitcoin. That's why we use it. So I'm watching right now. What are we setting up? We got a massive lower low on the 45-minute returns oscillator. Higher low data set setting up. We don't have a bottom yet, but it's setting up some hidden bull div. And for all you out there that don't know what divergence is or don't understand it yet, hidden bullish divergence is a continuation divergence, right? So what would this continuation divergence be telling you? You're going to have a continuation of this move right here. That's how you read divergence. So for a while, when this variance turned down, it was negatively correlated. Bitcoin walked up. Let's see. Yeah, the rest of this candle and this candle. Okay, boom, boom. Now when it's coming down to an end, it's almost dropped back to the zero threshold here and went positively correlated. So we're definitely getting some down move. I want to see what's going to happen. If this hidden bullish divergence plays out, you're probably likely to see another outlier of variance to the top side positively correlated. That's probably not going to happen until we do get this new day in about an hour and 40 minutes, right? We've got literally this 45-minute candle is up in 9 minutes. Then we have one more 45-minute candle. Okay. So it's going to be going into the end of the day. Would be a bit surprised to see this variance drop all the way down here. Probably positively correlated is what would be real nice right before the end of the day to see this change into negative correlation, right? But you have to remember when we're talking about daily price action volatility ranges, they get tested, right? These price action volatility ranges, I don't care if they're daily, weekly, monthly, they always get tested or within a certain range. Where my perspective on this whole thing I've talked about forever has changed a little bit over the last couple months because there has been some ranges that have got fairly close to testing, but they were still outside of my parameters from what I had seen in the past. Well, those parameters have changed, right? So now on a daily, you get within 150 bucks, especially Bitcoin. We're talking about an asset that's over $50,000 right now. You get within 150, $200, close enough. Weekly, $400. Monthly, maybe $700. That could be a solid test. Where before I would just be stubborn. No, this has never happened before. You can't ever say never with Bitcoin. It's a beast. It's an animal. It changes everything all the time. All right. You go, GGG. Hey, MJ. Almost back to $6. So I like to see. Sorry to get sidetracked there. Go right back over here. What I was. So go from the 45-minute, go to the daily, and look what the variance is doing. And guys, we're almost out of this. We're almost out of this. This is one hell of a pump. Number one, for one thing I want to see, the 9 length variance log moving average is at about $50,044. It looks pretty good that we're going to close above that. That's the first step. This thing will, because those babies will reject price action. Last time we rejected off there, we had that major dump. We don't want to see that. But here's another thing. Where did we just, oh, pretty much. This is the 33 length. Or no, beg my pardon. That is actually the 144. Okay, so when we got below that, boom, we pumped up, dropped all the way down below the 144. First step, getting above the 9. This is going to be, actually, I didn't even look at that before. So 51.6. We almost got up to there, right? We're about $200 away from it. We got to crack that. Got to crack that 51.6 area 100%. And that is that is a 144 length variance log MA. It's a very powerful area that we're going to have to do. And what I like seeing on the daily too, this is why I'm still running some test cases using this Shannon entropy percentile. And boy, we got this pump the last couple days actually, and bouncing off the Gaussian mean. This is another good sign here. We're going to close another daily candle above this daily Gaussian mean. And look at the deviation bands. First deviation, 53.7. Second, almost 60K. Third, about 64.7. When they're spread out like this, these give a really good targets. Look at the dump candle. Went right to the second standard deviation to the downside. But this entropy percentile contracted, negatively correlated last 2 days. Boom, boom. We pop up out of the hole from like that 46 area. So good times. This entropy, though, on the daily, this is random on the daily, 100%. That's why you're seeing this white candle, right? You're seeing the entropy flash white, telling you that it doesn't get any more random than this. But that is only on the daily. You start dropping down here, especially like on the 4-hour. Oh, whoops. Let me go back to the daily. Hell, I went over there and didn't point out what I went over there in the first place to show you. That's what happens when you're using all these indicators. There's so many powerful things going on. Back to the daily. Let's go. Oh, snow coming down now. There we go. Come on. Look at the daily. Okay. Look at the daily. It's a beautiful thing. A daily straight up is having an occurrence, right? It's having that outlier positively correlated. This could turn into something special. You can see the last time on the daily we had an outlier. It's right back here to the top side, I'm saying. And that was the move from about 50,800 to about, I don't know, 67. Okay. Even let's just go these two candles. Let's just do these two candles. We're talking about, wait, yeah, read. I don't know what the hell I was looking at. It was actually about 60. This is 68, 70K almost, right? So about a $10,000 move. Do we get that again? Very similar signature. Very similar. And then we're talking about the previous one to that. We really had a rocket ship up. That looks like about maybe 12 to 15K. Then it came down negatively correlated, went sideways, walked up a little bit. And then we didn't have an outlier, but variance rose again, positively correlated. See how this works? Goes up again, comes down, negatively correlated, goes sideways, even walks up a little bit. Then we have that another outlier comes down, positively correlated to the top side. This is how this variance works. If you know how to read it, it's pretty easy to stay in some good trades. But safest bet for a volatility trader, trade the low time frame volatility. Straight up. That's all you got to do. Daily, we're having an occurrence as well on the Z-score. See the blue color on it, right? It's a beautiful freaking thing. And this returns oscillator's got room to run. So do the Fishers, to be honest. They really do on the daily. They can push these deviation bands, right? You can see this now. That last rise, literally, when we came from the 41K low, we were in a similar area. Look at the Fishers. It's a way similar area, and these things just went ballistic. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Now I'll drop to the 4 hour. Show you this variance because it was having an outlier to the top side. So it went negatively correlated though. That's why we're getting this 4 hour candle down. Oh, whoa, hold on. Well, now it's rising again. So it went back positive. When I just went over there half-assed, this was a little bit pink on the outside. Did I just say that? Yes, you did. But anyway, MJ, I know you're laughing. So on the 4 hour, where did we just reject from? That is the 144 length of variance log moving average. Me and MJ were talking earlier about how powerful these log moving averages are. They're super powerful, way more powerful than exponential. There's just no doubt. But trying to talk people into even taking a look at them or using them, it's like, oh my God, it's like you're speaking Mandarin or something. They're so addicted to traditional technical analysis, it's ridiculous. But let's see. So is what you want to see. If this variance starts coming down on the 4 hour, you want to see this go negatively correlated. You want to see the outside just like this, right? Then Bitcoin's probably going to go a little sideways and walk up. We'll see what happens. But at the same time, look at the dump. Look how high this variance went. We get some serious buyers coming in right now. This variance can run forever if it wants. And you're going to be seeing, you could see 10, 15, $20,000 move on Bitcoin on this 4 hour chart. It's crazy. Crazy. Returns oscillator turning down, right? Was it turning here? And here's what you always got to keep in mind. Was it turning down with any bear div? Absolutely not. Absolutely not at all. So this is powerful. This returns oscillator could literally drop, while Bitcoin rises just a little bit, especially if this variance were to turn down, negatively correlated, and create some hidden bull div, like it's doing down there on the 45-minute, right? And if we look on this 4 hour, where the entropy percentile just started to expand. We haven't even got to this point yet, right? We haven't even got to where the real expansion on the entropy percentile. It's heading positively correlated. If this gets significantly positively correlated and we really get this expansion, we're going to have a massive move. How big was that bad boy back there? It was about 45.5. It was about 4K. It's about 4K. So, not about $2,500 or something. There's definitely room to run, but we'll see. Like I said, I'm watching all these time frames very carefully. See how this baby is going to see here, react to this daily close. Let's pop open this 5 day. I really like what I'm seeing on the 5 day. This baby really now looks like it's coming out of this hole. One thing, we bounced perfectly twice off of this 54 length variance log MA. Another powerful one, right? And now it is above the 33 on the 5 day. That is a bitch to get by. Look at the Z score. The Z score is crossing up the MA right now. Return oscillator really charging to the top side, coming off of some bull div, right? Coming off of some bull div. Now the higher length Fisher starting to turn around. The lower length has crossed up the higher length, right? It's usually party time when this happens on this time frame. So, oh, let me go to, hold on, let's go to the Bitcoin index so I can get this higher, the higher time frame reads. Oh, come on, you. Our index. I want to see this entropy. That's good, right? This 5 day candle, the entropy, the R squared on the entropy is definitely telling you top side. It's still random, but the R squared is positive. It is increasing to a top side move. Let's see right now if this historical volatility Z score on the 5 day can bounce off of this 90% confidence interval here and just ride together. The Z score start to rise into the positive side of the standard deviations as it's going into positive correlation. Super powerful. That will be super powerful. This is what I want to see right here. And this is more of a steady. I mean, we're talking about this came from like 10.5 down here, right? You can see a steady rise in the Z score of historical volatility. Most of the time, positively correlated. But you want to see that Z score and the correlation rise together for a nice, powerful move. That's what we're looking for. I like this on the 5 day too. This is still significantly positively correlated. The entropy is increasing again. Last time it happened on the 5 day, we were at all-time highs. All right. Starts rising here, shifted from heading down negative to positive right on like a couple, about, it took about 15 days, it looks like, to get to that first one at, what was it, 67? And then we got the 70K on the next one. All right. Next up. See what's happening on this weekly again. Blah, blah. Z score on the weekly too. Right at the MA. Right at that moving average. Yes, it is. And now the returns oscillator has busted up the top side of the zero mean now with this move. Coming off of hidden bull divergence. Low, higher low, low, lower low. Now we're sprinting up above the zero mean. This is on a weekly. Look at the fit. Look at the low length Fisher. The low length Fisher is turning up, right? It's going to be interesting to see on the weekly if it can cross up this higher length Fisher. All right, let's see. And yes, Fisher pretty much is the only thing we use from traditional technical analysis. Fisher transform is a good indicator. We do like it. We do suggest using it. At some point, we'll have this published for everybody that does have that level of our Discord that uses the alpha trading system to trade. Yep, you're right. Back in the chili spice pineapple again. Oh my God. You guys only knew. If you have a Trader Joe's by you, give me a shout out. I can get you a bulk discount. Do see one thing, that's an important area. Look where we're at right now on the weekly. We just rejected off the 9 length. Variance log MA. Tell you what though, this looks good. This looks real good, to be honest. So at the same time, we're hitting this 9 line. We're hitting a Gaussian mean on the deviation bands too. That's what I like. The weekly 1SD is about 61.7. Yep. Okay. Get back. Get back. Dogs didn't get to go out this morning, man. They're all crazy. All right. Back down to the 90-minute. Like seeing that. Go back to the perps. It's like on the 45, setting up that hidden bull. 90-minute too. Some steep ass dip. Steep dip. This shit usually plays out real nice. We'll see what happens. In the entropy, I didn't talk about it really too much. On these lower time frames, it's trending. Trending to the top side. That's what you want to see. That is what you want to see. If this percentile starts coming down on low time frames to reset, you want to see this go negatively correlated. All right. Let's see what we got here. Oh, looky there. Any questions, say around? So really, when Bitcoin starts moving like this, really not too much other to talk. Oh, I did say, what time is it? Yeah, let's pop over on some first. Let me pull up my base chart. Where are you at? There you are, you little bugger. Let's see what kind of indicator I was testing. Oh yeah, we'll get that set too. That's the new upgrade to the ABR I'm working with. Okay, so we got Bitcoin price action here. So what do I want to do? First, before we even look at the traditional market charts, right? SPY is what I'm going to look at. I want to pull up a Pearson correlation. Got to do that first, right? We're going to correlate stuff. Where the hell are you? Pearson correlation. Am I staring right at it? There it is. Yeah, it's fine. Fine, Sarah. All good. Okay, so when you pull up our Pearson correlation, right? You're going to want to go to source. And then, no, wait a minute. Not source. I'm not doing an indicator. Jesus. So let me put in SPY. There we go. Okay, so what this has done now, since I put SPY into the source of it, it's going to correlate BTC and SPY. This whole move on the 4-hour with today's SPY, this is highly positively. It's starting to get really positively correlated. Let's jump up on the daily. Yep. Yep. Starting to get back into positive correlation with SPY, right? Like right here, when Bitcoin was coming down those couple days, and SPY was going up, we went into the negative correlation with SPY. Now we're getting back into positive correlation. You want to see SPY's price action? All you got to do, you hit this little plus button, compare. Boom, you just click that on, click on SPY, and it will populate SPY's price action too. But all I really want to know, are they correlated? Yes, they are. They are they are heading back into positive correlation, which is real good, which I guarantee you right now too. If you go look at all the alts, they're all going to be, barring some of them, they're all going to be highly correlated with Bitcoin. That's how it usually is most of the time anyway, right? You're going to have your outliers intraday, right? You're going to have some that are going to be pulling back. Some are going to be pumping. What's going on? Dominance. Yeah, dominance is just chilling right at about a 40%, right about 40.5. So yeah, I don't want to see how that works out. Damn it. I got some chili spiced pineapple in my throat. All right, bottom line, SPY and Bitcoin, they are positively correlated and looking pretty damn bullish, man. Looking pretty damn bullish. And I'm telling you right now, I guarantee you, because people that are in these gangs, these bear and bull gangs, man, they just love to just sit in positions. If you're sitting in a short right now, wow, you got big balls. I'll tell you that. If Bitcoin really makes one of those screaming moves, you're going to have some short liquidations. Pull up our little charty warty here. Dun, 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 dun. No, yes. Let's see if there's any short liquidations today. See what the inflow, outflow. Okay, now. Wow. The outflow from exchanges doubled today. Hey, man, people are moving Bitcoin out of these exchanges. What's that telling you? What's that telling you? Especially going into the weekend, man. We could see a freaking nice little pumperoo. Yes, we could. Oh, look at the exchange reserve just drop off the chart. People are really pulling some Bitcoin off, man. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Man, this is setting up for a massive supply shock. Holy crap-a-rooney, ladies and gentlemen. We could be getting ready to see something incredible happen in Bitcoin. I'm telling you right now, don't be shocked if you see $100,000 Bitcoin in a couple of weeks. It would not shock me at all. Miners, they're not selling shit. No long liquidations, no short liquidations. All right. What is that? Funding rates. Funding rates are good. Funding rates are good. What about the open interest? The open interest kind of checked up a little bit today, coming back a little bit, and coming off all-time highs and stuff. We're nowhere close. I mean, this thing's got room to run. The Bitcoin has got room to explode here. That's what I'm seeing with the inflow, outflow, the reserve. Holy crap. Let's go, Bitcoin. Let's go. Time is at 2:53. We about ready to wrap it up, aren't we? Perfect timing too. My trackpad's dying. It says recharge your trackpad soon. You've been checking on too many magical internet JPEGs. You burned your trackpad up. This is what I want to see. I want this continuation. That's I mean, come on now. Printing some hidden bold div on the weekly. We're gonna get some continuation. And when you're looking at these projections, 100K is right up here by the 95.4 in the next few weeks. Okay. We could have some explosions in the next few weeks. Really start running this 100%. Here's a good example on a 3-week run. Let's just do this, baby, right here. Only 84%. Is that it? Shit. Whoops. Let's see. And where's that put us? Especially here. Whoops, I did in the wrong spot. So can do. And let's do it right from about, actually, we have to do from here. What am I talking about? Jesus. So if the next 3 weeks we do 84% move, it's right at 100K. It's right at 100K. That'd be beautiful. Let's do this. Let's do this. Obviously for a 50K, 100% run. Hello. Did I really have to get a measuring tool out to figure that out? Maybe I did. Maybe I did. That's good game guilds. Gives us $6.04. Oh, boy. Woo! You can stake them too, right? If you like to stake, yes. You can single side or double side stake, right? You can add liquidity into some liquidity pools. The problem with that is the impermanent loss, right? So when you go to take that out of that liquidity pool, if that specific asset has gone down, you are going to receive a lot less back. But that's why it's a gamble, and that's why the percentage gains, especially on Good Games Guild, it's like 360% right now, where the single sided's only about a little under 40%. So I sleep a lot easier at night doing the single sided staking because I know if I go pull, I'm getting exactly the same amount of my GGG back, man. Yep, 100%. And it's yeah, it's a great little setup they have working. Powerful guild too, man. Low market cap for crying out loud. It's a little under $10 million. The two top gaming guilds right now that haven't been out very long either. You've got Merit Circle and God, what's the other one? Yield Guild Games. I think one's at $200 million market cap, one's at $500 million market cap. Start running the fucking calculator in your head. Good Games Guild is under a $10 million market cap right now. And their Discord is so freaking active. They're making all kinds of partnerships with people. They're actually at the beginning they were a little slow. They didn't have any moderators or admin working because they were focusing on uh, getting scholars for their guild and different things of that nature, getting partnerships. But now, man, there's people in there. It's really going hardcore. I'm excited about it, to be honest. I'm excited about it. So we'll see how it plays out. I got a good feeling. All right, that's about gonna wrap us up. Let's put this back on Bitcoin one more time. See if tried to make that run back up there. It's got stopped. Yep, had a nice little wick back up over. Well, on this last 4 hour candle, right? This is the 68.3 Laplace distribution range. So there is a 68.3% chance in our Bitcoin closes up in here. But the thing is remember that daily S4 is up here. But the longer this stays right up here, and we're just going sideways, we're building that hidden bull div on the 45 and the 90 minute, probably the 2 hour too. This is going to drag this daily price action volatility range up here, probably above this first standard deviation from today. Might be just might be hanging out right around this monthly S1 on the VRE. That would be super powerful for Bitcoin. If I'm telling you right now, if you see the top of the new daily volatility range right up here, especially above this S1, look out, man. Bitcoin can have a rocket ship. I am not shitting you. Now, where do I think that rocket ship could go? I'm thinking that rocket ship could go possibly. And if we're looking right now, I'm telling you, I bet the second standard deviation. Let me get a quick look at this real quick. Hold on. let's just say if it stays in a familiar range, let's just go from, no, we'll do from the center. We'll do from the top of the daily volatility range. I just want to see where the two SDs, 6.43. So say the top side's right there. Yeah, man. Little under 54K, little under 54. That would make a lot of sense too from everything I've been talking about. Let's see what happens. So yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube for the first time, we are Alpha Trading. We trade volatility, probability, and statistics, and we love to teach people how to do the same. The link to our Discord is in the description of all of our videos. We would love you to come check us out. You're going to get a welcome message. Follow that welcome message. Open up a support ticket. Tell us what's on your mind. We have 2 different entry levels to our Discord. One's pretty much an intermediary level to come in, just check it out. The other one, and you get a few basic parts of the alpha trading system. The higher level of the Discord, which, to be honest, I highly recommend you don't just jump in like that. You need to just come in, try it out for a month, see the community, see how people are using the volatility, probability, and statistic indicators, right? Get a little bit of knowledge first before you jump in full boat. You're ever going to hear anybody else? We're literally selling these levels of the Discord. I'm telling you, do not come in and buy the higher level one at first. It makes 0 sense because you're jumping in way over your head. You need to come in, get a few of the basic parts of the system, start to learn it. And I can almost guarantee you after you do that, you'll be like, feed me knowledge, give me more, right? And that's what we love to do. We love to see people that get excited about this because maybe you haven't noticed, we're a little excited about it. I mean, hey, man, doesn't it not make sense to be on the right side of the algorithmic trading? Isn't that the whole key to this whole freaking thing, right? These high frequency trading firms have been taking advantage of retail traders for decades using this information. There's literally hardly anybody sharing this with retail traders, right? We are, and we're here if you want to learn, right? Or, to be honest, when you lose that next trade and you look on the other side of it because there is somebody winning that trade, it's somebody like me or somebody in one of those algorithms that are coming from these high frequency trading firms. That being said, right, wherever you're at in the metaverse, have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening. We're not going to have a live stream tomorrow. It is Christmas Eve tomorrow. We will be back next Monday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Everybody have a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you then.